What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Honey, this episode right here, it had it going on, okay? I can't be a part of you and Courtney and Chess life. Okay, we are still dealing, honey, with Miss Betty and her sister. Miss Betty came down the runway, honey, like Rasputia. She gives Norbit and Nutty Professor. She does. Shout out to Color Me Pink because she said the same thing. I was like, child, Miss Betty is giving, but I can't figure out what movies is she giving. Okay, and her sister, honey, is tired of her. She keep getting on STORMI, saying that, STORMI could have stopped her. STORMI cannot control her mother. I told you all, okay? I done told you once, I done told you twice. Next time, Miss Robinson ain't gonna be so nice. Relationships break apart. Families, too. Not just man and woman. Woman and woman, man and man, whoever, you're dealing with. They break apart because of unrealistic expectations. Miss Betty's sister has a unrealistic expectation of her. Miss Betty is very arrogant. She's very stubborn. She's very proud. She's stuck in her ways. And so is her sister in a lot of ways. And it's hard to mend those type of relationships. I remember when I was trying to get my mother, and her sister to at least be cordial. I didn't want them to be besties because I knew, they wasn't going to be able to do that. Okay. And I need STORMI also to have more of a realistic expectation of this family. Now, some of you all got in the comments and you said that STORMI, wrongfully fired Junior. And y'all are saying that it's on STORMI. She should have hired more people, but STORMI and Courtney is saying every time they would see Junior, he coming in late. He always on his phone, so child, I wasn't there. Okay, I wasn't there. So, all I could do is go off of what, STORMI is saying on the show. Courtney seems like a very reasonable and logical man. I don't see him firing anybody for no reason. The fact that Junior is acting funny with STORMI now is weird because she's just like, they are not as close. And even Junior is acting funny with Courtney when he said he was okay with everything. So either way, yeah, you got fired. But, if she wasn't providing the help that you needed to do your job successfully, it's a win-win. But the fact that he's acting funny with her now, you guys, and y'all may say, well, he acted funny because of his mother. Before Miss Betty and the mother got into it, I guess he was acting funny with them. So, yeah, you acting funny. Bye, nigga. Goodbye. Okay, so yes, some of this is on STORMI. But at the end of the day, she took time out of her day to bail you up out of jail. And, you got to do your job. So, it's a sad case, honey. Okay? Sad case. But, yeah, Junior probably need to be gone. Okay? Because he not really, to me, like, if you didn't really do anything wrong, why would you switch up on your cousin and her husband? And Courtney said him and the guy was real cool. And, so... yeah, that's suspect. I pay attention to that type of stuff. And STORMI girl, you need to hire more people to help you with your lucrative business, okay? Got all them acres. Okay, give Miss Robinson a few, okay? So I guess Miss Betty's sister, she didn't want Betty putting Junior's business out here with him, being in jail. She doesn't want her son, to have that image. I get it. I do, but If you feel like Miss Betty has crossed the line, you don't like her character, sister or not, you gotta move on. So they end up walking off, Miss Betty's sister and her son, and then Stormy was asking Miss Betty to go after her sister, and Miss Betty was like, how do you go hug somebody that's walking away, honey? I was cracking up. I know that's right. Child, if it's meant to be, Stormy, you know, it'll work itself out. It really will, you guys. It really will. She need to give it some time. Don't put too much on yourself, because at the end of the day, guys, I want you all to know this. You can't make nobody do anything that they don't want to do. Okay? So next, honey, we got Hookheaded. His big head ass is over here lying. Okay, he pulls up to his therapy session. He in the confessional talking about, yeah, you know, Melody got the kids in therapy, and because Melody got the kids in therapy, the judge saw fit that they father, you know, should be in therapy too. No, she saw that your monkey ass has some issues. Okay, nigga, you could start with the truth at any time, okay, because the truth shall set you free. And the truth needs no proof. How you doing, Hookheaded? Okay, sitting up there with that tight ass suit on. Okay, child, looking like he ready to sell some final calls. Okay, looking like a Muslim. Can I get a bean pie, nigga? Okay, what about a pork chop sandwich? What that Robin Harris saying, house party? Oh, trap mouth heathen. Rest in peace, honey, to Robin Harris. I miss the comedians, honey, of yesteryear. Okay, Robin Harris. Y'all know Martin is my favorite. Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy. I love them. And real quick, what type of judge they got where she listening to you? Because I saw on a clip coming up, Melody gonna be having some issues, you know, with the judge, and the judge is going to be siding in Martell's favor when it comes to the kids, saying he got the kids' best interests at heart. How? Like, make that make sense. This man got a side chick. Okay? This man has had a side chick for a number of years. Okay? Y'all hear his brother on here talking about, yeah, help me, big bro. I'm like, what the hell he gonna help you with? He can help you get a side chick, help you get one and keep one. That's about all he could do. And then this fool talking about, yeah, my brother, you know, he the bad one. Nigga, you ain't exactly, okay, a walk in the park your damn self. All that cheating and lying, honey, you did to Miss Melodyshari, nigga, all throughout the years. You a goddamn Chucky doll right with your brother. Okay? Had the nerve to say, yeah, I don't like to blame my mistakes on, you know, my dad not being around. And yeah, you just a messed up individual. Okay? Martell tells the therapist he's off balance. Nigga, you always off balance. Okay? You're a narcissist. Okay? But he get to saying that he all up in his feelings because his babysitter canceled on him at the last minute. Then his mammy, who ain't got no damn job, didn't want to watch her grandkids. You the one that fucked and made the kids. They your kids, nigga. You watch them. Okay? Miss Marlene, honey, said she got to go to the racetrack. And I told y'all a long time ago she don't really be helping with them kids like that. What did I tell y'all? Okay? I told y'all she didn't really want to be watching them kids all like that. I said that. I think it was like last year sometime I saw a scene and I just picked up on her vibe. So Hookheaded, I could have told you your mammy didn't want to help with them kids. Miss Marlene, honey, she got a date at the racetrack, honey, okay? She's still out here betting on horses, honey. We didn't, you know, we didn't graduate, honey, to the casinos and stuff. But Miss Marlene at that racetrack, okay? It was a lot of irony in what he was saying to the therapist about the situation with his babysitter canceling on him. My nigga, that's what Melody has been going through with you for years. People canceling on her. She tried to get you, you cancel. She got goals to accomplish, okay? She got errands to run. Okay, you don't feel no sympathy or empathy for her and what you put her through, but somebody's supposed to have sympathy and empathy for you. And I was like, wow, this show karma. Okay, I always tell y'all what goes around comes right back around. And his ass had on the right tracksuit, a red tracksuit, because he ain't nothing but the devil. Okay? Hookheaded also talks about how he is hesitant on giving his mother this or that. I wish he would have explained that a lot better. Okay, instead of beating around the bush. What did you giving her? Some food stamps, nigga? What? Some money from your Love and Marriage Huntsville check? What did you promising her? It looked like all you gotta promise her, honey, is, a couple cartons of cigarettes, honey, Newports, okay? She looked like a Newport smoker, honey, okay? And, what, a beer? I don't know, that looked like how he would pay Miss Marlene, honey. But yeah, he acted like he ready to cut her off. I'm like, child, you ain't gonna cut your mammy off, okay? Because she be stroking your exaggerated ego. Okay, your ego, nigga, is inflated for absolutely no reason. So Hookheaded admits he's been selfish in the past and it cost him. Yeah, it cost you your damn marriage and seeing your babies every day. That's what it cost you. I think all of this is just very interesting and very ironic. He says he doesn't want one-sided relationships with people. Yes, you do. You want to be in relationship with people where you can benefit. You don't give a damn about them. You held Melody's life up for years with that idea. Okay, you didn't give a damn about what she wanted and needed. You went and did what you did. Okay, with your side chick. So, yeah, I was looking at him like it sounded like karma that hit you, nigga. Get over it. You made your bed, now lay in it. The therapist asked Martell, Hookheaded hoe, about his daddy. He said he hasn't heard from him in a year. He brings up his incarceration. That was years ago. I thought y'all was doing better. It may be time for you to just sever ties with that relationship if he's not going to be consistent. It ain't no need in holding on to something that's not really there, right? So we find out from Hookheaded he got this brother. So Miss Marlene was raising 2 kids by herself. No wonder she got jealous of Melody. This is what a lot of these mothers do, you guys. They will get jealous of you because your son is helping them financially, emotionally. Your son is doing what he's supposed to do. But what did Miss Marlene say? See, a lot of black women are programmed to think like slaves. If I'm a slave, then this bitch should be a slave, right? She gonna run my son, she gonna run my son, my boy, into the ground, She married your son. He's supposed to, wait on her hand and foot. She pregnant. He done knocked her up how many times? That's what a husband is supposed to do. Provide. Take care of his woman, his family, his children. And you had a problem with that. You wanted to interrupt that. Hookheaded says, honey, he takes full accountability and responsibility for the person that he is. Glad to know it, Chucky Dow. Okay, I don't believe you, but it sounds nice. Okay, shout out to Maurice. It sounds nice, Scott. Okay, I can't wait to get to you, Mellow Yellow. So next, honey, we got Maurice and KIMMI. They are on a date night. Okay, KIMMI gets a break, from being a slave, honey. Okay, they are at this wine and design class. So So the instructor mentions hand washing, I guess the glasses or whatever they're making, and Maurice, Mellow Yellows, looks at Kimmi, okay, and says to her, well, that's your department. I said, ooh, child, he's starting already. Kimmi looked at him like, nigga, what? Nigga, who? Say what now? Kimmi says, what's my department? And Maurice says, cleaning, cooking, those type of things. Kimmi mentioned that Monster needs to see Maurice clean a glass or two. And he do. Like, you need to set an example for your son. And based on everything that you said in this episode, I was like, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I knew it. You've been fronting all along about why you wanted your son to live with you. Because it sounds nice. It looks nice. Okay? Maurice tells Kimmi, if I'm not around, I want you to tell Monster that this is what I want you to do. And I want you to make him do it. What did I just tell you all? Unrealistic expectations. You got an unrealistic expectation of Kimmi and her position as your wife, because guess what? The more she tries to make Monster do something, that's going to cause tension between her and Kiawah, because he going to get sick of her trying to make him do stuff. He going to run and tell mommy, then they'll be back at it again, which I know your ass would love, because you love the triangulation in all of this. Hell, you even, honey, wanted to move Kiawah here and put her up in a house with her husband just so you can, play these triangulation games, honey. But Kiawah said, honey, not today, and tomorrow don't look good either. I'm going to stay put where I'm at, okay? So yeah, Kiawah and Zave, they never moved to Huntsville. That's interesting. I would like for Carlos to ask them about that. Why didn't she ever move to Huntsville? I would just love to know, because I think all of this is on Maurice. Okay? And I remember when he was asking Kiawah, would she move to Huntsville? I remember Kimmi was just like, yeah, I'm sure she said yes. And Kimmi didn't want, okay? Kimmi didn't want Kiawah to move here. Did y'all see her eyes getting big later on in the episode? When Maurice was like, yeah, Kiawah, you need to spend more time in Huntsville. Yeah, Kimmi don't, and I don't think it's because she got something against Kiawah. She just feels like this is y'all's son. Y'all deal with him. Okay? And I'm with Kimmi. She's his stepmother. That's about it. She can't make him do nothing. Y'all his parents. Because guess what? She began yelling at him the wrong way. Y'all go get upset and start yelling at her. I've seen it happen time and time again. You do your damn job. You his damn father. You claim you love him so much. So in comes thing 1 and thing 2. Okay, we got Marceau and Tisha. Hey y'all, like what y'all doing? Like this date night, like this the wine and sip. Not wine and sip. This the paint and sip. Like me and my soul, we don't never really get out the house. This is right here. This a nice distraction, like for real. Any interesting conversations that y'all have had? Like what y'all been talking about? Maurice mentions punishing Monster, and Marceau says, well, what did he do? Maurice says Kimmi doesn't feel at liberty to punish Monster. Kimmi says that's not true, because she sees, he's starting shit in front of people. Okay, and he was starting some more shit with her when Kiawah and Monster went out to dinner. He was, yeah, you need to come to the counseling session too, and you got to make sure you're there. And it's just like all she was trying to say is your son would feel more comfortable talking to one of his parents, not both his parents and the step parent. I completely agree, you guys, with Kimmi when it comes to that. I'm skipping ahead, okay? I completely agree with Kimmi. Kimmi explains to Marceau and Tisha she told Monster to rake the leaves, and Monster never did it, and Maurice never, forced the issue. He didn't get Monster to do what he was supposed to do. Maurice knew what the punishment was, never enforced it, never gave the boy any consequences. See, you are leaving your spouse by herself. This is what I'm talking about, you guys. These people on this here show, they are married, but they are operating like they are single. Kimmi and Maurice are supposed to be a team. Okay? Even Marceau said, Reese, you could have backed her up. Now, I didn't like that he said, well, you could back her up a little bit. No, have your woman's back. Okay? Like, what kind of vows did y'all take? He can't have your back on this small ass issue. This is small. Y'all got a problem. That's why all of y'all wanted to live vicariously through Mel Martell and the side chick. Because y'all don't want to deal with y'all bullshiggity, which is just as worse to me. Just as bad. Okay, this is simple. Okay? Simple. Your man can't step up, Kimmi, and have your back. Girl, you in trouble. You need to run and fast. You didn't get no prize. Okay? You ain't get no prize when you got Maurice. You got another headache. You already got one son. Jalen is more cooperative and have your back more than Maurice. Y'all remember how Jalen checked Miss Wanda when she was trying to go in at Kimmi at Jalen's housewarming? He said, Miss Wanda, not with my mother, not today. That's what your man need to be doing. And he need to be saying that to his son, not today. My wife done been through cancer. Boy, I'm going to need your help around here. That's what you supposed to say. And Tisha, you shut your ass up. You a damn slave and your damn marriage too. Like, Kimmi, like, you gotta be able to talk to Kiawah. Y'all both gotta get on the same page. They are on the same page. Okay? It's Maurice that want to go back down memory lane and start up bullshiggity from the past and have these women at odds over him, but make it look like it's about Monster's best interest. No, nigga, you want these women arguing over you. Okay? Because if it wasn't for you, they wouldn't even know each other. Maurice keeps telling Tisha and Marceau, well, Monster is our son. He's saying Monster is him and Kimmi's son. No, it's not. It's her bonus child. She didn't jump up and down in the bed with you and Kiawah and make that boy. Y'all did. Y'all his parents. Kiawah is willing to step up and do her part. What about you? And even Kiawah saw that this idiot wasn't trying to, rectify the situation properly. He doesn't even spend time with the boy. He think taking him to school, going through the drive-through line, dropping him off at practice, he think that's spending time. Okay? Now, I did agree a little bit with what he said as far as Monster is 16 and Monster needs to do his own homework. I agree with that. Your child is responsible for the work that they do at school, and you shouldn't have to be up their butt. But if he's been having issues in certain classes, then you have to do what I call, which is follow through, making sure the homework is done. You got to physically check it. Maurice has a fantasy of what a father is. He's not in the reality. So that's causing him to have unrealistic expectations of Monster, unrealistic expectations of Kimmi and Kiawah. Hell, even Zave. He's unrealistic. Kimmi says to Maurice, please stop acting like you don't get this. Exactly. He's like acting, well, hell, maybe he ain't acting, okay? Marceau brought up how Maurice left Kimmi to fend for herself. Remember when Kiawah and Zabe came into town and they wanted to have this meeting to talk about Monster? Yeah, you abandoned your wife. No, I got there early. I don't give a damn if you got there early. You still ended up leaving. You didn't have to leave. You your own boss. You want to put stuff off on Kimmi because you feel like she a strong woman. She can handle it, okay? Pay attention, guys, to people that talk like that. They're dangerous. And what makes this situation so sad is, and I really do feel for Kimmi because I only have one child myself, she had mentioned that, you know, her son is already raised. And even when she was a single mom, she didn't get to travel. She didn't just get to go out and have her free time. He's stripping her from that, you guys. He's keeping her from that life. She's an empty nester. This is your child. I don't give a damn if she's your wife. Okay? I don't care. She deserves to have the benefits of being an empty nester, going to the spot in the middle of the day, going to the casino, going out of town whenever she feel like it. Kimmi, you gonna have to put you first, sis, because this man, he's not gonna put you first at all. You will be waiting forever. Here goes Tisha. Well, I just feel like my soul, you know, he trying to start stuff, so that ain't what we wanted to do. You know, thank y'all for inviting us out. Like, that was fun. You know, Kimmi said at the end of the day, you know, it's about coming together and doing what's best for Monster. So there's that. Child, next we got Martell, Hookheaded Holt, and his brother, honey. Now, I'm thinking the brother, a dime piece, right? Because everybody all in the Facebook group talking about his brother fine. And I hadn't seen the episode. I seen his brother. I'm like, he alright. Okay, like, damn. Woo, child, he about a 4 or 5. He alright. Shit, ain't nothing, you know, for me to get excited about. Okay? So, Martell's brother, Montez, says that, you know, he just getting off of probation and, you know, getting out of that street life. He says he needs some help, honey, from his big brother. I'm like, what the hell he gonna do for you? Okay? He done lost his damn wife, family, everything. He get to going back down memory lane talking about, yeah, you know, I'm talking about Martell. You know, I miss having a wife and, you know, things being organized. I bet your ass do. Okay? Too bad you wasn't thinking about that when you was in between the side chick legs, honey. Okay? Too bad you wasn't thinking about that then, nigga. Okay. Hookheaded asks his brother, well, why exactly did it take you so long to get a 9 to 5? You know, his brother was saying, you know, I was in them streets. I didn't have a dad in my life. That's what most of you niggas cling to. Okay. You are to be better than your father. And I'm going to tell you all this. You are never going to have the perfect circumstances in life. That does not define you. How you decide to play the hand you are dealt, you know, that's what it's about. Not about who was around, who wasn't around. Because guess what? I think one of the brothers said, I don't know how my life would have been if dad was there. And I'm glad, I think Martell has said that. I don't know how life would have been for us. I'm glad that he had enough foresight, you know, to say that. Because so many people cling to, yeah, you know, my life messed up because I ain't had my daddy, my mama, my granny. And no, you know, and I get it's tough. I do get it's tough. But, you know, you got to reach out and be resourceful and, you know, figure out who can help you, you know. Hookheaded said he was bad. He had just came out of alternative school. I'm like, shit, you need to go back, okay? You know, you still a bad person. Look at how you treat your ex-wife. Look at this whole revenge plot thing that you was getting ready to, you know, do with the side chick. That shit is not cute. You already lied and cheated on this woman all throughout the years. You hurt her. Okay? He really tried to break her damn soul. He really tried to break Melody's spirit because he was threatened by it. That's another thing about these toxic, demonic narcissists. They don't like that, you're hardworking and you get your goals accomplished. And, you're a good person. They are threatened by that. And I feel like he didn't feel like he really deserved that. And that's why he began to veer off. Okay, he took her for granted, and that's what they do. Okay, because I told y'all, they don't be wanting a good woman. They be wanting a damn project. That way they can be the big king. That way they can look like the one that got it all together. Okay, that way the woman that they with can put them, on a pedestal that they ass don't even belong on. Okay. Yeah, Hookheaded is delusional because he think he's so much better than his brother. And I'm like, shit. Lies you tell, shit. You probably worse than him. The brother asked about Melody and how she been doing. He was like, I ain't seen Mel in a long time. And you still ain't gonna see her because this devil trying to ruin her damn life. Now, did y'all hear Hookheaded rewriting history? Didn't you say you cheated on Melody because what? She was always gone. She was always busy. Okay, now you get to going back down memory lane telling your brother, yeah, I had, at least in the beginning of my marriage, that one woman to come home to. It wasn't enough, nigga. Okay? It still wasn't enough. You still needed to feed your ego. Okay? That's why you got with the side chick, because you didn't appreciate what you had. So, yeah, this episode, you guys, very ironic, especially Hookheaded scenes. Very triggering. It's like, child. Child, I was with his brother till he said that Melody made a diss song about him. No, she made a song that actually freaking happened. Okay, he really did cheat on her, lied to her, and had a side chicks. Okay? That was Marceau and them saying the same thing. Yeah, and Maurice, you was dissing my man. Did he or did he not commit adultery? Did he or did he not do all those things? It's true. Shit, work on your character if you don't want people talking about you. Okay? Treat people with respect. And then they wouldn't have bad things to say. Child, I lost it when Hookheaded told his brother, yeah, I used to always say, you a businessman. You running your own operation. You just doing it illegally. That was so funny, honey, but I got what he was saying, honey. Hookheaded asks his brother, do you want to have your own business? He says yes, and then Hookheaded invites him to the Black EXPO. Okay, EXPO, honey, if Letitia is talking about it, all right? Yeah, I want you to come to the Black EXPO. Okay, so I already kind of talked about Monster, KIMMI, Maurice, and Kiawah. I will say this, Monster is very handsome, honey, okay? He looked just like his mother, and Kiawah is very beautiful. I was like, damn, what? And they were always attractive, right? Him and his mother, but it's like, they didn't really like, they didn't went to the top floor, okay? I was like, look at Kiawah. Kiawah is beautiful. Her attitude is a lot better. I like that she was being fair with KIMMI and, seeing Maurice for who he is, honey. He want to keep up a whole bunch of bullshiggity, honey, between the two of them. And what it comes down to is Monster misses Kiawah being around. That's what they talked about, when they were at dinner. She mentioned she would come into town more. KIMMI was right. Sons and mothers, they have their own relationship, and with Kiawah not being around, Maurice, you're around, but you're still not present, if you know what I mean. And, that's hurtful to your son. Now you're putting everything off on Kimmi, who should be out here living her best life because her son is grown, right? So I just wish Kimmi, you guys would be honest about what she really wants and needs from Maurice. And honey, it looked like you needs a divorce because this man is not changing, okay? Kimmi says that Maurice is too long-winded, honey, when it comes to Monster. Yeah, you need to get to the point. I think Maurice and his brother, they talk to hear themselves talking, okay? They are so narcissistic and misogynistic, and it's horrible. Monster, I guess, has been helping with some of the chores, but he's not doing all of them, okay? And Monster looks like depressed. Maurice kept saying, it just sounds like you're not being receptive to everything we're saying to you. He says he is, and, so yeah, he misses his mom, and, he's a teenager, and he got to deal with your ass, so that would make anybody depressed. Maurice feels like Kiawah babies Monster. No, I don't feel like she's babying him. We have to quit with that in the Black community, treating our children like slaves, like they are not worthy of love and care. And, they are to go have sex and that's where they get their care from. No, she can be nice to her son. She could be kind to him. She can, be patient with him. What's wrong with that? He needs that. Kimmi says she feels like Maurice feels like Monster is going to just automatically turn into this nice, loving young man without the proper tools. Exactly. He has unrealistic expectations of his son. He does. Okay? And we know you have that. You're not even willing to spend time with him. You're trying to put him off on other people. He's your responsibility. Kimmi mentioned, Monster telling her he didn't know how to do laundry. And, she began, teaching him that, yeah, you got to teach a child how to do the dishes, how to mop the floor, how to do, all these things that they are going to need for a job in the future. We got Courtney and STORMI. STORMI mentions they was moving 800 packages by themselves, just her and her husband. What was Junior doing? Okay, was Junior getting the proper help? I feel like this scene showed me that STORMI dropped the ball. I do remember her kind of taking some responsibility at first for dropping the ball, but you got rid of your cousin for a reason. Because I don't see her and Courtney firing the cousin for no reason. So you do have to give people, STORMI, the proper help. So Junior must have been doing something, honey. Okay? Maybe he was running to the corner store, honey, on his break, going to go get some fast food, honey. Junior said, honey, y'all ain't trying to give me no help. Well, shit, I'm going to help myself. How you doing? Betty, don't talk about my son. Woo, child. STORMI says the warehouse manager was not telling her when to restock stuff. So, yeah, you got some type of problem. You just need to, have the right people in place to fix it. STORMI gets to talking about her family and how everything is okay with Junior. It don't seem like it is, because why would Courtney say to Marceau it wasn't cool and he not really hanging with Junior like that? So she keeps saying that, she wanted her mom and aunt to see that her and Junior, they're cool. But it looked like your mother wanted to flex. And, sisters do that. People do that. Yeah, if it wasn't for my daughter, she may want to feel like, hey, my child is the only successful one in this family. Some people are like that. And if you're not willing to play that role where they the top dog and you on the bottom, that's what's going on. It looked like with Miss Betty and her sister, and Lisa is not having that. She feel like her son has paid his debt to society. He's a hardworking man. I don't want you, putting this out here about him, making him look like he's irresponsible. So I could see both sides. Stormi says she wanted to take her family to Jamaica, do one big family trip. I guess they didn't want to do it. But Stormi, you can't make people come together. Maybe your auntie has had enough of your mom. It looked like, and your mom is sick of your auntie. And I get that, you want everybody to get along, but sometimes that's just not the cards we are dealt. I didn't like how Courtney was telling Stormi to not cry in the confessional. Like, you should know who your wife is. So it seemed like he may be one of those men that get uncomfortable with, a woman crying out the blue, or, some men are like that. But yeah, Stormi needed some tissue. And then, it just looked like Courtney was caught off guard. And then he started being empathetic to her. I'm like, nigga, don't be empathetic just because the camera right there. That's what it looked like, Courtney. Okay, I got my eye on your big ass. I got it, Courtney. I like Courtney, though. For the most part, I ain't got nothing against Courtney. I think he's, a decent guy on this show. Shit. Courtney mentions that Miss Betty wants Stormi all to herself. I guess Stormi is real close with her auntie. And Courtney mentioned that's why they said they hated each other. I thought that was interesting. That may have a lot to do with it. I don't think that's fair of Miss Betty. She does give that off. Like, this is my only child. I don't want her, cool and close with nobody but me. And some, mothers are like that. I think that Stormi needs to go to therapy. She seemed very emotional about her family breaking up, and I get it, but I think she should go to therapy, to talk that out. And at the end of the day, you can't make your mother and your aunt come together. They are gonna have to desire that on their own. And, I just don't see it happening right now, unfortunately. We got Kiawah and Monster. Kiawah tells Monster he needs to learn to open up and tell people how he's feeling. Stop keeping things inside. A lot of people, they have that issue where they stay stuck, in their head. So we got Maurice still trying to make Kimmi, go to therapy with him, Monster, and Kiawah. Kimmi says, I'm willing to do that, but I think that you all as a family need to do that first. I don't mind coming in later. I agree with Kimmi with that. And as far as Monster didn't crack no smiles. Did you all notice that when he was around Maurice, Kimmi, and his mom? He opened up more to his mother. I'm inclined to believe he's more closer to his mother. And he smiled. He smiled when she mentioned she was going to come around more. He was very receptive, okay, Maurice, to that. There's that word. Very receptive of that. Like, you really saw his personality. He looked very depressed with Maurice. So Maurice needs to ask his son where he want to live. Because it may not be with him after all. Okay? Maurice likes the idea of his son living with him. Okay, not the responsibilities of it, but he just likes the idea of moving his son to Huntsville and, him raising him, and it's all about his ego. Okay? And it's sad that he's using his son to feed his ego, because it looked like it's causing more harm than good. Monster doesn't look happy being in the same household with Maurice. I don't think it's a Kimmi issue per se, but I think it's something, he feels like his dad is a bit disingenuous, and he is. Kids always see it. Okay? If you want the truth, go to a kid. They'll tell you each and every time. So, honey, I'm glad I went back. We got Maurice telling Kimmi she needs to work out her past issues with Kiawah. She says she has nothing to work out. He was like, no, you definitely do. Oh, you getting really touchy about this. I said, gaslighting much? Like, if gaslighting was a person, honey, it would be Casper the Friendly Ghost. Okay, like, Maurice, you need to get in therapy fast, okay? And in a hurry. But that's all, you guys, I got to say about all of that, honey. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.